I will tell you right now. I agree with my brother.
You need life experience.
No, can I push back on that? Because life experience trains you in the experiences that you have. It doesn't train you in the world. I'm never going to be able to
around it. You need experiences everywhere.
Okay, but
if you only have a negative experience or a positive experience,
no. But see, if I don't have either, then I can just look at the facts. I don't have to have any emotional attachment. The facts are America is the freest country on the earth.
I'm sorry.
It's the richest country on the earth, and this is the country where everyone wants.
And you want to change that?
No, I agree. They're stronger. They're not truer. They're not truer, but they are stronger.
Okay, so you're saying that
not if you can have both.
Hold on.
No, because your emotions run. People are not factual.
If you're rich and poor, all within the same year, your emotional facts, they're there.
Okay,
you're not biased towards anything.
If my kids were in Sandy Hook or South, what if the Stone Parkland? Am I going to be better reasoned with that emotion or worse reasoned about what we should do with guns?
You're biased.
Yes.
Tony, what's missing in your life?
It's Jesus.
Is this? No. Keep away from Jesus. Don't.
No, Jesus is actually pretty good.
No, don't.
Look, our country.
Don't convince Jesus of anything.
For better,
you might pray really hard one day.
Look.
And he may listen
for
to
better
you.
or worse, our country is built on the Bible. So if you don't have Jesus, it was.
But here's
but also a few other things
what
too.
What you're missing is
but
this.
That's a part.
This is what you're missing.
What are you missing?
Because I don't think I would believe, or I don't think I would feel the way that I feel now if I didn't go through this in my life. 10 years ago, I was making some pretty good money. Really good money. There wasn't anything that I didn't have to worry about. I mean, I had anything and everything that I wanted. And I got to be around certain people, with money influence. I got to see these things. I got to live pretty good, right? For a short period of time, 2-3 years, not even that much. And because of that experience, and I'm in the opposite end of that spectrum now. But because I got to live that and I didn't enjoy it, I appreciate it now. And that's what I pursue. I want to go back to that life where I don't have to worry about things. That's my motivation. That's what I want. And it might sound selfish and it might sound like, man, you're greedy and this, but I want to make a lot of money. And you know what? I live in the right country for that.
No, but you can make money like that in any country. It's just what you're willing to do in those other countries. Here you have a few more options.
I live in this country, and I know what other countries are like because my parents have told me, and I've been there, and I've been to other countries.
And you're a tough guy. You have military experience. If you wanted to, you could be running a cartel in Mexico like that, making buku money.
What I'm trying to say is that I live in this country. And I know what I got to do to make money the right way without killing people or without being.
But those rules don't work in other countries. They work here, right?
Absolutely.
You know what you need to do for here.
Because of my government.
No, not because of your government.
The history that we've had.
Because the history, the culture.
As a government,
it's all built into
We do really good.
We do really good because of the people that came before us.
The culture. There's an implicit trust.
Yeah. In other countries, you can't just walk outside without a gun.
When the net neutrality thing was signed, was it like 2 years ago? When Obama was in office, 2-3 years ago?
Yeah, 2015, I think.
It signaled a time for our government. And that was, you know what? Yes, the consumers are important. But we have to put accountability to these big corporations. There's only like 3 or 4 big corporations that really pour money into these networks and these pipelines.
Yeah, but why is that?
But that's the thing. With that comes responsibility.
You're jumping over. I agree. The Spider-Man
that.
Principle works. With great power comes great responsibility.
Absolutely.
But what I'm asking is, why is there only 3 or 4? And if you want, I can give you the answer. The answer is the government decides who can and can't be a network operator. It sells the license. It sells the spectrum. It controls all of that. In a free market, these people would be competing. And the problem with the monopoly argument from earlier is you can have a monopoly in theory that isn't bad. A monopoly that gives you the lowest possible price and the highest possible quality is a monopoly you want to stay in business.
Even if the post office.
No, that's the terrible.
That's a horrible.
Yeah, but like Amazon right now, they're killing it on all.
Not a monopoly.
But if you're paying attention, Donald Trump and all these a few governors, they're all starting to make noise. Oh, Amazon making too much money. They're destroying jobs. Blah 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 blah.
I don't agree with that.
No, but see, you will when they start taking your job. You will. They will. Amazon is going to eat the world.
I mean, if they buy Tesla one day, I mean, that'd be great.
They'll probably outcompete
because you know
Tesla,
what,
to be honest.
Amazon has a lot of money, and they
Amazon
have the ability.
Amazon has barely made any money in its entire 20-year history. You know why? Because
They keep investing.
yes, constantly.
And
So
that's
they
a-
very
and
rarely
that's a
make
good
profit.
sign. They have cash.
Yes.
They just don't
No,
have like.
but then it's not a good sign when Donald Trump is saying something like Amazon never pays taxes. Because why does Amazon never pay taxes? They
because
never make
first
any
of all,
damn money.
First of all, don't bring Trump up in this. He's
No,
not
but
a
see,
good business
it's not
guy.
only Trump. FDR said the same dumbass shit, and he was a Democrat. Oh,
With
these
all-
companies aren't paying enough taxes. These rich people aren't paying enough taxes. Well, they're
Well,
gonna be like,
you know, it's a good thing you brought up culture because we're not ready for that, dude.
what, ready for what?
We're not ready.
No,
for
I'm
that.
not saying we need to look. I'm telling you where the goal should be and the direction we need to move in.
We
I'm
don't
not
have
saying
people like
jump
that.
there.
We don't have
We
people
do.
like
We
that.
had those people when this country was founded,
Maybe.
and I
We don't have
know
that now.
for a fact there are people still in this country that believe it. But times are they've made us soft. I
What's
think
the
y'all
root
were
of all
talking
evil?
about how y'all are raising your children and stuff.
What-
And if you don't
What's
remember
the
how
root
you're
of
talking
all
about when
evil?
you don't have struggle. Your children kind of get soft. They don't know how to do these things,
Yeah,
and they go out
absolutely.
there like punk bitches, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This country, it's gotten soft from where we came from, and there's a large amount of us that are basically punk bitches. I
human
include
condition.
myself.
I
I include myself. I include myself.
What you need, Tony, to change your tone is to live an experience, a life experience.
No, but see, I think-
where you're making money, and I'm not talking about $20 an hour. I'm talking about where you're making thousands of dollars a day,
and then you realize,
and
What
your
I realize?
perspective would change.
yeah, it
How?
will.
But not in a negative way. I don't want you to think that you're gonna like completely change. What you're gonna realize is one thing, is that you're gonna get things that you never knew that you wanted, and you're gonna feel things that you never thought you would feel.
Okay.
And then what's gonna happen is you're gonna come back to where we are now, and you're gonna be like, you know what? I see the good and I see the bad. Right now, all you see is what you learned in a liberal school, probably. I mean,
No, I'm the
I don't know
opposite
what
of
college
that.
you went to, but it's you seem kind of very conservative, very, I don't know. You seem very.
No, he's
I'm
not
gonna-
conservative. He's an independent. But I will tell you right now, I agree with my brother.
you need
once-
you need life experience.
No,
you get that
can
life
I push
experience-
back on that? Because life experience trains you in the experiences that you have. It doesn't train you in the world. I'm never
But
going
to
to
be
be able to
well-rounded, you need experiences
No,
everywhere.
okay, but
If you only have a negative experience or a positive
no,
experience,
but see, if I don't have either, then I can just look at the facts. I don't have
What
to
are
have
the
any
facts?
emotional attachment. The facts are the America is
I'm
the freest
sorry.
country on the earth.
I'm sorry.
It's the richest country
I'm
on the
sorry.
earth, and this is the
Emotional
country where
facts
everyone
are
wants.
And you want to change that?
Than
No,
facts.
no, I agree. They're stronger.
Emotional
They're
facts
not
are
truer.
better than
They're
facts.
not truer,
If
but
it's
they are
bias.
stronger.
No,
Okay,
it's not.
so you're
It is a
saying that
bias.
It's not if you can have both.
hold on.
No, because your emotions run. People are not
If
factual.
you're rich and poor,
No,
all within
no.
the same year, your emotional facts, they're there.
Okay,
And you're not
here,
biased towards anything.
if my kids were in Sandy Hook or South, whatever the Stone
Parkland,
Park, Parkland, am I going to be better reasoned with that emotion or worse reasoned about what we should do with guns?
You're biased.
Yes, the
Yeah.
emotions make you stupider.
In
And
that
I'm not saying emotions are
context,
bad.
yes.
They- no, all
But
the
I'm
time.
talking about something
there is
different than
almost
that.
no context where you being more emotional makes
Yeah,
you a
but-
better thinker on the situation.
But Tony, you're kind of saying America is great, but now you
no,
want
no, no,
to change it.
no. America is the worst country on the face of the
You
earth,
did say that before.
Okay.
except for all the other ones. Okay, let's be clear.
Except for all the
Except
Yes.
for all the 212, including Syria, by the way.
Yes.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yes.
I think we're not the worst country. We're the second.
So you're
worst.
saying we're the? I thought you said America was great and all that stuff.
Let me be clear
We're
one more
making
time.
great again.
We're the worst country on earth, except for all the other ones.
Okay.
So we're the best of all the terrible ones, which is all of them.
So no country's great.
No, we're the closest to whatever great is, but we're still terrible.
It's so terrible.
But we're
the
in first place.
one.
We're in
It's
first
like-
place.
We're like second place. Is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
we're like 1,000 miles from the finish line, but we're the furthest ahead.
You're right.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
so and that's basically what I think. But we've done the most. We've also done a lot of bad stuff. But progress it's like the stock market. You know how it goes up and down, but it generally goes that way.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of downs, and America has gone through that. And like slavery was one of those downs. You know, the recession,
Killing millions of Indians.
Well, actually, no, that's not really us because
was
like
their fault.
97% of them died because of germs.
No, 100 million Indians didn't die because
No,
of germs.
97% of the
us.
Native American population in North and South America died due to germ exposure.
bacteria that we brought.
Yes.
From, yeah.
But how can I
We
be
brought-
responsible for our bacteria?
You
No,
know,
no, but you know what would have helped them if they had a wall. For real talk. That's real talk. If they had a wall, this is the reason why conservatives are smart in this certain aspect. Walls are good because they keep bad things out.
Okay.
Like germs, like people,
Can I
like
say
other
something
things
real
like that.
So if you were to walk up to this door
Mm-hmm.
and it's locked, does that keep
the door like to the house or this door?
Let me ask you just a general question. I'm gonna keep it real simple. What is a locked door there for? What is its job?
The point of a locked door is to separate things on the inside from things on the outside.
Or from one side or the other.
From who?
From
I
whoever
would probably
installed it.
need more information. What do you mean for like the
Just in general. Just
if I come to a locked door,
what would
I
you do?
assume that the inside are supposed to be kept things from outside, and whoever built the door did it for that purpose.
Yeah.
So the purpose of a locked door is to keep honest people away. A dishonest person does what?
They try to break in.
Absolutely. Now,
No,
a
but
wall,
no,
no matter how big it is.
No, wait, you don't need a
it's
door
not
for that. You
deterrent.
just
It's
need a
gonna-
sign. A sign will keep honest people away. A sign
Yeah.
that says "Don't come
Well,
in."
a locked door will keep them out too.
No, it will. But if we're talking about if we're splitting between honest and regular people, if you want honest people to stay
The
out, all
point
you
that
have
I'm
to do is
trying
put
to
is a
make
sign.
here, Tony, is that no matter how big of a wall that you're going to create or put on, it's not going to keep people away.
I
They're
know
gonna
that's why
figure out
this
ways
house
to
doesn't
go
have
around.
any walls because there's no point. It's if someone wants to get in here, they'll get in here. So why waste the money on walls? That's why we just look out into the.
You just
Because
said
it'll
the
keep
wall.
honest people away.
Huh?
Because it keeps honest people away.
Okay, no,
And we want our privacy.
Honest people will stay away regardless. We
And
understand.
guess
In
what?
this culture,
in this house,
we recognize
we
private
have
property.
things to be able to console people breaking in.
Yeah, but look,
Right?
the walls are
We
part
have
of that.
security,
The
we have
walls, no,
guns.
the walls, they are not for honest people. They're for dishonest people. It's level 1 for dishonest people. Now, dishonest people that really want to get in, they might have to break through concrete wall. You know, like there's layers to
Exactly.
security.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You're proving my point.
Yeah.
Well, what's,
So why invest billions of dollars on something that's not going to keep the
I
dishonest
thought
people
we were
away?
going to talk about Trump, man.
All right. Well,
Nah.
anyways,
Fuck Trump.
I've only had one question about big government. All right, because basically the topic
We're still
is
talking about net
the
neutrality.
topic. No, actually, the topic is actually
Floating a
is
Government,
how big should government be? That's really what the topic has been the whole time.
Oh,
But my only had one question that I've been wanting to ask this entire time, and it's really a simple ask question. I don't want it to. I don't want it to like linger too much. Really. I'm not. I really don't.
Right.
But I just want a very like.
Don't ask.
I just want a
In
straightforward.
3 words.
I just want a straightforward answer on. I tried to. We had this. The debate that you guys are having right now. I had this debate with Tony months ago,
All right.
and I tried to counter him, and it didn't work. Of course. I
That's
asked
your
him.
opinion.
I asked him about the FDA. I was like, he said regulations. They can scale back to like near zero. And I said, well, what about the FDA? They protect us so that we don't eat bad meat. And then Tony replied back saying, well, why would you buy bad meat, or why would a company actively poison its consumers, its people?
Let's go back to the jungle.
What about E. coli that's fucking breaking
The
out right now in the
lettuce.
lettuce?
okay. Why is it breaking out in the lettuce?
I'm
we have
I'm-
regulation.
I-
Wait, we have the FDA.
I am
We
so
have
glad.
regulation, right?
I am so glad that the CDC, who's
Government.
government,
Yeah.
sent out a message to all of us to look out for this lettuce.
I would.
If
I
the
would be okay with
CDC
that, too.
wasn't available,
Well, the CDC might
We'd
be
all
one
be
of those
getting-
essential functions. But even if it wasn't, I would assume that whatever company is selling this lettuce, they can do 2 things. They can do the Jason thing and lie their asses off and be like, you know what? We don't know what's happening.
right?
And it'll probably turn out worse for them because usually in a situation where you've done something wrong and you lie to cover it up,
And a scandal.
like a scandal, what
Stock
happens
prices
is
go down.
stock prices go down, you go corrupt, and then not only that, but the citizenry will start getting angry. Just like that Mexican president can't come back into Mexico. If you really do something bad, you create a very hostile climate on all levels. That includes politically and culturally.
So you're saying we should lynch them?
I'm not saying we should lynch them. I'm saying if they do something like that, especially if it kills people or hurts people, we should have those laws. Because remember, the laws that I want protect people from fighting each other or hurting each other. Now, if you make a deal with someone to buy lettuce and the deal is, I don't know where this lettuce came from, but I'll sell it to you for $1 and I'm holding no liability, then you have to make that deal in full awareness. So I'm telling you, I don't know where it came from, and you're going to decide to buy it. Now, if our deal is, this is clean lettuce.
You're assuming that there's a lot of smart people out
No,
there.
I'm not.
Yeah, you
these
are.
These
Yes,
are
you
not.
are.
Yeah, you are.
No, these aren't smart people things. These are normal people things that we had
Really?
102,
Spend
200.
some time in the military,
No,
man. You
bro,
got some
no,
dumb
look.
motherfuckers.
200
Dumb
years ago,
motherfuckers.
this was normal common sense. We've lost this common sense because the new common sense is trust the government. If that wasn't in our common sense, our old common sense, which we had before this 200 years of the growth of government, would be, I don't know you. Who the hell are you? Acreage Farms. I'm not going to buy lettuce from you. I'm going to grow my own lettuce. Oh, now someone wants to sell me lettuce? I don't know if I can trust you. Oh, you're going to offer it to me for super
Okay, but
low
you're
prices?
saying all
You're
these
starting to tempt me.
things.
No, because this is normal
Hold
consumer
on, hold
logic.
on,
If
hold
you
on.
think about it,
Yeah.
you'll make something yourself if it
I
saves
got,
you money.
I got it, but the CDC's still there for
No, and
these
I'm not
things.
saying the CDC shouldn't be there. That's
but
not one of the ones.
he's talking about
the
that.
FDA.
The FDA is there for protection
The FDA,
a certain thing. CDC has the same function as the FDA,
It's
just
dependent.
in a different
and
thing.
by the way, the notion that you're saying that just because government's involved, things can still go bad.
No, things can go bad
But
either way.
there's recourses. There's things that we could do to react to specific things. Like
Contingencies, yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah.
right? Because without that, what would your
No, but
resolution be?
Well, it depends on what the problem is. Give me a
You-
solution
would you-
without government.
Well, let's not go that far.
No,
The lettuce contamination.
Okay, the
There's
lettuce
22 states. 22 states. In the past 2 days, 2 more states.
20
Okay,
states, yeah.
So
what would your? Is it by the state or is it by the city? Like,
Okay.
how would we handle that?
I'm
Communication is
gonna
key.
give
Go
you
ahead.
my ideal. My ideal right now is there's just so much I don't know. There's so much that I don't understand, and there's so much history that you have to. There's so much things mixed in. It's hard to get a pure sample in a lot of situations to be like, oh, when you try just this idea and hold everything else constant, this works like this. You know, like in science, you can see what variables.
But
do
the
what.
FDA has
Wait,
that. They have experience.
This is
They
what I'm
know.
saying.
They communicate.
Right now, we don't have a lot of experiments that are similar where we can hold controls. But the country was designed. I think y'all have heard the phrase laboratories of democracy. The federal government was supposed to do very small, very basic things and let the states do all kinds of crazy experimentation.
And that's what
And we
they're
would have
supposed to
50
do.
different opportunities or whatever number of
Right,
states when
right.
we started to try different things and see which one worked. If Massachusetts is doing this and all the people are running over
They
to
can
Massachusetts.
communicate that, yeah.
Not even communicate. Texas will see, oh, damn, we're losing all of our citizens to Massachusetts. We need to start doing what Massachusetts is doing. And then like a market
helps.
system, the signals start going to each other. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's
Yeah,
not
but
do
this is a federal thing. This is not a state to state
No,
thing.
but see, why shouldn't it be a
widespread.
state thing? Maybe,
It
and
is.
I'm-
But
and I'm-
state is still
no,
government.
It
Yeah.
is concurrent
No,
with
but
what
see,
the federal
here's the
government
difference
is
with the
doing.
state government. If Texas does something bad, I can go to New Mexico. If the United States does something bad, what? I'm a citizen of the U.S. It's very hard to go anywhere else. But with the state system, how we had it
you
designed,
didn't bring a
you can move.
resolution. The resolution here is
For
that
the lettuce thing,
Wait,
I would say this. In the society that, if we just go back to 1776 or that time, how everything was set up, most of those people wouldn't have bought that lettuce because they don't know you. And if they do know you, you built a reputation over hundreds of years. And a reputation, what does they say? It takes a lifetime to earn, a second to lose, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so reputations are big. JP Morgan Chase, even if there was no FDIC, I'm jumping a little bit, but one of the things that makes them very powerful is
They're
they have-
trusted as
they're-
fuck.
Yeah, they have a long history, a track record. People respect that. They have long-term thinking because they want this company to last for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years.
but they sunk the Titanic.
Did they?
Yeah, I watched the movie.
I'm not sure. I haven't actually.
well, anyways. So
But-
but let's
No,
go
but
back
see,
to
no people. You have to factor.
about the
Okay,
FDA.
there's
Okay,
no version of this.
your question
where-
was this.
There's no version of this where people weren't going to get sick. Okay, but just like when you're
Outbreaks happen.
yeah, outbreaks happen.
You know what I
But-
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but the system will correct over time because people will learn. Oh, that company they sell rotten lettuce. Even if they made one mistake once, and for the entire rest of their life they
Like-
never make a mistake, people are going to not buy from them forever
don't
because
buy-
it'll stain their
like I-
reputation.
but
Don't buy
Tony,
Bluebell because they're
you
ice
seem
cream.
like a pretty smart guy.
Yeah.
What if you found a way to be able to prevent this from happening in the future?
Then it would. What would be the way though? Because
But see, the thing is,
you know, one way I might do it, I might start my own lettuce company, and I'm going to ensure even
No.
greater quality protections. But you might have to pay a few
no,
extra
because
bucks
there's
more.
like 3 or 4 companies out there that have hundreds of years of good reputation that you can't.
Well,
compete
one of them
against.
just sunk it.
Now check this out.
Right?
That's okay.
Somebody
There's
just
still
sunk-
3 out there.
Okay.
Now check this out.
They're all on the chopping block, and they've got a signal,
But
just
if
like in
you
the state.
discovered it by accident, there's nothing that's going to motivate you to make a business out of that.
Discovered what? That this company
A way to
has-
prevent, from these type of E.
Yes,
coli
there is.
outbreaks.
Hey, I start advertising. Hey, do you know about this thing called E. coli? First, I'm gonna have to spend a marketing budget on educating the consumer. There's this thing called E. coli. It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
Oh, you've
but where are
heard
you
of
going to
it?
get this money from? And who's going to believe
I don't.
in you
Where
to
does
do that?
anybody get any money from?
These big 3 companies are going to smash you like you're a rat.
I know. That's why Elon Musk should have just
Do you
gave up on
understand what I'm
cars.
saying?
I mean, he has to fight GM, Ford, and what's the other big one? Dodge.
But
Chrysler.
now,
Chrysler.
now,
so
now that I
obviously,
said all that,
Elon Musk should never
now,
have done anything. Right?
government, because they don't want to profit in it, they will educate and they will get federal
No, but
funding
people educate
to
too.
educate every
Look,
state that harvests
Here, when I
lettuce
was,
and
when I
all
was
that kind
first
of
on the
stuff.
internet, I was using Yahoo. You know what got me into Google? Google was constantly spamming me advertising.
I know, I remember that.
We have the fastest searches. We have the bestest. They were constantly
I remember
educating
that,
me on
actually.
their product.
I went through the same
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And
I remember
I was
They're
stupid
good.
too.
They were good.
I was loyal to
They
Yahoo.
got me with Gmail. I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
man, I don't even know
Yeah,
what that
and
is.
I was
Super
loyal to
hardcore,
Yahoo
yeah.
because I'd been using it so long. I was just kind of stuck in my ways,
Yeah.
so I just didn't want to leave. But at a certain point, I started doing Yahoo searches, and I couldn't find what I was looking for. I go to Google, it would be the first
there.
damn thing.
They're
I was
good,
like,
they're good.
Yeah.
Google for everything.
They're
Yes.
good.
But it was for me personally. They were educating me constantly, but I just didn't want to give up. And at some point, the benefits were so better than the risk. I was like, I gotta switch over. That's the same thing every company does. There's a company right now that's making home meat that you don't have to kill an animal for. It's grown in a lab. Now that sounds like some scary sci-fi shit. So you know what they have to do?
KFC.
It's not KFC. It's a company Just. It's called Just. They have like a Just Mayo. It's mayonnaise that's made from no eggs. Like no from chickens. And what they're trying to do is get to a world where we're not constantly slaughtering animals, you know, like these like Gestapo looking like animal farms where everyone's like suffering. They want to get rid of that. So they've been trying to do that. And there are people that started off with that expensive mayo. It was more expensive, but there's a lot of rich people that feel like animals shouldn't be messed with, so they were able to sell to that market first. Now, you might say, oh, everyone should be able to afford this mayo, but if everyone had to be able to afford the mayo at the same time, that company would have never got off the ground. They started with the rich people because they had the ethics and the money, this cross-section of consumers that they needed, and then they use them just like Elon Musk did with the Roadster. You start with the rich people that have the money and the ethics, like either maybe the ethics or the car was just cool, like they wanted to help the environment, or it was just a badass car, or some combination of two. He started with them, and the money from that he used to make to the Model S, and then so there are ways to get the money.
That's
even
exactly
without
what his plan was the whole time.
But that's what most businesses do. You target to the rich people first, and then the money you make from them you use to target more people and more people. And if you don't, then the next person will see all the fat margins you're making off the rich people because you're the only person doing it, and they're gonna be like, "Let me get in that business," and then you start fighting for prices, and they start coming down. Right. So the reason why I brought that up for the meat example is they're constantly, I'm always seeing ads for them, or I'm reading articles I'm a little interested in, so I'm going to them. But sometimes, I guess because Facebook and Google are always tracking me, they send me stuff from them because like I'm always searching for them.
I hate that, man.
But I'm okay with it because like I want to know more about this company. So in my situation, it's actually helped me. Yeah. I mean, they're always trying to sell me shit, and it's out of my price range, but I'm still interested. Like, I'm hoping one day it'll get to poor people prices so I can afford it, because I don't want animals to die just so I can live and eat and stuff, but at the same time, I want to live, so... Okay. But the reason why I'm saying is that a part of a strategy of a company, just like any company you think of that's innovative, strategy one is to spend marketing on advertising the project. And advertising, it's got a bad rap, but all you're really doing is educating the market. You tell them, hey,
you can do marketing with outreach. Outreach means you're educating people.
And you still have to spend money on that to a certain degree.
You're not selling a service or a product, but
but that's a form of advertising.
And you're promoting your company at the same time. I know all about that.
Yeah, like my brother, sometimes he'll just go out and he'll just talk. He won't even be like selling anything. He'll just be like, hey, this is our company. This is what we do. I'm not trying to
If you educate somebody the right way, they'll make their own decision.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. Yeah. With that lettuce example, I might have to charge a couple of dollars extra to make my lettuce a little more safer, but I'm going to tell you why you're paying more. Now, if I'm just charging $2 for no goddamn reason, I'm just saying pay me more money because to pay me more money. But if I can tell you why, well, we wash our lettuce 3 times. The other guys only do it once. We also put it through UV lights to kill all the bacteria, and we do it 5 times. And then you're telling them all the extra things you're doing. They're like, okay, that makes sense. And then some people are going to be like, I don't think we need all that stuff.
But like, what if federal government tells these corporations to do that mandated?
The problem with that I don't like.
See what I mean? They're already doing that. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, taking away liberty,
the scientists, they already know what they need to do to prevent from these things from happening.
And see, scientists will still be able to communicate that.
E. coli outbreak that's going on right now is something that's never really happened
But see,
before.
that kind of stuff is going to happen regardless of government or not.
So what you're suggesting here is that your theory would be, I'm going to charge a little bit more money to prevent this from happening by doing this.
No, but see,
that's not going to stop.
But what was my original premise? There's no way to take all the risk out of the system. You can only create the illusion of taking all the risk. Life is a risky proposition. Everything is trying to kill you all the time.
But the federal government is going to be able to say, hey, you know what? As a corporation, we know that the cost to operate this, you can't be charging these customers this much, or we're not going to subsidize it anymore.
My thing is, why are we even telling them? Why can't the consumer tell?
Because they're protecting me.
No, they're not. Because
yes, they are.
You're going to
they're making sure that I don't pay a lot for the fucking.
The masses aren't as smart as you think.
No, they don't have to be smart in one instant. Look, if let's say you're stupid and you go by to the lettuce company and they're like, hey, we'll sell you this lettuce for $4, right? You buy it for $4.
It's thoughtless for me. I buy lettuce. I buy salad stuff.
So you buy it for $4, and then we're talking one time like, hey, you buy that lettuce, I buy that lettuce too. How much you pay for it? $4. Really? I got mine for 50 cents. You're like, how did
that's happened before?
Yeah, and how? So you might ask them questions.
Organic.
Yeah. Okay, but maybe it's the same thing. Like it's the same, and I tell you the same quality. Then I can let you know the company that I'm shopping with, and now why wouldn't you shop with my company? Either the one that like I founded, or it's just the company that I trust to give me 50-cent lettuce for a good price. Right. And then you make that decision. People are information networks. Like gossip is a human invention, but it's built up through evolution. It's the same as a Yelp review. We tell each other these kind of things like, you don't want to shop with that contractor, bro. Like, I know his prices are pretty good, but when he worked on my house, bro, he fucked it up.